So, Renaud, you're in Fiji. How do you feel?
I feel good. Nearly half of the world. Not really, but 2 legs, long leg, long time from Panama.
Yeah.
But now it's great. Yeah, good in Fiji. We have nice weather. The people are friendly, and I'm still ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. You're quite a way ahead in terms of psychological factor, because you were ahead in the first leg. You've now gone 7,400 miles across the Pacific. You're still in the lead.
Yeah.
What's the secret?
Oh, so I don't think it's a secret. I tell to each other that what is important is to get an average speed and to always trim the sails and work a lot on the weather, on the forecast, on the routing, your own routing. And if we check where I did take the lead, this is because I went south from Panama, south and south and south and south, and the trade wind never came. I was 0, equator, no trade wind, 1, no trade wind, 2, 3, 4, and finally at 5 south I get the trade wind. I was a bit anxious to get them.
Yeah.
And once I get the trade wind, they were just arrived near the Galapagos, and then I was doing 120, 130, 140 miles a day. So very fastly I had 100 miles, 200 miles ahead of them when they just, the followers just catch a trade wind. So this is it.
Yeah.
After I had the moon, the sky, and the wind with me, all the correspondences when I arrived or when I left Marquesas, Papeete and Tonga, it was just, better was not possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we haven't spoken really like this since Panama. Okay, and that was all early days. You won the Transat. Okay,
Yeah.
You finished the first leg into Panama.
Yeah.
There was a lot of unsettling issues of getting across Panama onto the other side and getting ready to go. You've now, everyone's right into it. You know what I mean? You've settled. You know what the boat's doing. You know your own position and your own attitude.
Yeah.
How's the MGR shaping up in terms of your original perception? You know, what you were thinking you want to do the race, and now that you're actually, fair enough to say, you're right in the middle of it. How do you feel about all that?
I feel it's exactly the same as what I had imagined before.
Yeah.
There are some few change of the notice of race, something like
Yeah.
this. Okay, this is it.
Yeah.
But I feel it's exactly what I had imagined to do. I was thinking that I had more boats near me, which was not the case. I hope in the next leg we will be more close all together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's long passage. You have lots of moments of solitude. So you have your boat manager who can help you, because all of us have Starlink. So it's easy to contact the boat manager to talk, to say silly things.
Yeah.
And that's helped a lot, because I don't read on the boat, I don't watch movies, I don't have time. The time I have is for the boat first, and then for me.
Tell me that you say you don't have time. Give me a typical day for you, 24 hours for you, starting at the sun's coming up in the morning, because you're a bit like me. I don't read when I'm out sailing either, and this, that and the other, but I daydream a lot. But just describe it, sun's coming up till next one.
So my clock is every 4 hours, the YB3. So it's not about when the sun is going up, because this is UTC. So every 4 hours UTC, I am on the YB3. I take a picture, so I don't spend time.
This is on the tracker, looking at everyone else's position and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I take pictures of them, and then I go on windy, and I take picture. So every 4 hours for the next 2 days of the GFS and the ECW. I never.
That's my favourite one.
The two grid prediction.
Yeah.
And then maybe if I have time, and if maybe I look on the WhatsApp if I have something, or on Facebook, and then I close Starlink. This every 4 hours.
So you're turning Starlink on every 4 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To have the accurate weather,
Yeah.
and to know exactly what the others are doing, if they
Yeah.
are fast or if they are not fast, or if they go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every 4 hours, 5 knots. If they go square, it's 20 miles. So this is not so much.
Yeah.
Then each time I can go sleeping, I go sleeping. This is very important. In the morning and in the night, when the sun is up or when the sun is down, for me it's important to be on the deck, because there are the two moments I prefer in the day or during the 24 hours. It's
Beautiful.
beautiful, pleasant. It's good to sail, never too hot, never too cold, usually not raining. So it's a great moment. So I try to be on the deck at this moment. Then when I have the weather forecast, I study compared to what I had observed, the cloud where they are, the picture of the cloud from the sat, and I decide if I am before or after the prediction of wind, and then I decide which course I will do. It's never 20 degrees left or 20 degrees on the other side, never. But I decide if I want to be a little bit norther, a little bit souther, and or if I have to go faster. This is one of the points. Sometimes you are not enough ahead the system, so the system will come back on you, and you will never catch the right wind you need.
Yeah.
So at this moment I steer. This was the case between Marquises and Papeete. Prediction said big cloud and storm. I think you say this, it's squalls.
Yeah, squalls, yeah.
For the Tuamotu on the Friday morning, and I was leaving Monday morning the Marquises, so it was an average of 126 miles to be there per day. So I did have to push, so I did push myself on the boat, 18 hours steering a day. I was just living in my cockpit. So there is no typical day, typical. Every day is different. Every day it's depending of the weather, of what the others are doing, and how much I can sleep.
Yeah.
I never sleep more than 1 hour. It's more 55 minutes, because now I wake up before the buzzer all the time, and then I check all around, I check my speed, I check everything, and if it's all okay, I go sleeping again. 2, 3, 4, 5 times, never more.
Yeah. What about your electronics that you have on during the day, like your chart plotter and AIS and bits and pieces? You know, how do you manage your power consumption?
So I have my navigation light and AIS 24 hours on.
Yeah.
So I don't forget to switch them on.
Okay.
My AIS,
With your nav lights as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like me, sometimes I forget.
I switch on and I switch off when I arrive.
Okay.
Okay, it does not spend so much electricity.
Yeah.
They are LEDs, so it's okay. The AIS is the same, and on my screen of AIS, I have my course, I have my speed, I have the bearing, I have latitude, longitude, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
So I have all the information needed to sail correctly. The chart plotter, I really not use it. I use the one on my phone, which is Navionics. And I have a second one, because when you have Navionics, you can have 2 devices on.
Yeah.
So I have my phone on my tablet,
Yeah.
and they are linked together. So the information I have on one, I have the information on the second one.
Yeah.
I have, of course, a chart plotter. If something is wrong, I can use the chart plotter. But I think too much device is not helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. You got lithium batteries or gel batteries or
On the
AGM?
boat,
Yeah.
it's lithium batteries.
Lithium, yeah.
Lithium batteries, I have 150 watt permanently on the deck.
Yeah.
It's a lot enough.
Solar panels, yeah.
Solar panels, yeah. And it's happened, we had 3 days or 4 days without so much sun, with sun, but not so much. And the battery went down to 70%. Not down 70, but down 30 up to, okay?
Yeah.
So this is okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
I think I spent about 8 amp for the IES per 24 hour. and about the same for Starlink.
Yeah. What are you finding is about 2.5 amps at 12 volts Starlink, the consumption? About 2 to 2.5 amps.
It's about 2.5 amps.
Yeah.
So when I switch on, it's half an hour, 6 times a day.
Yeah.
So it's not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what about your water management? You know, the big leg leaving Panama. How did you? You know, what sort of water? You know, you have to have a minimum 100 liters when you take off. But what did you do?
So I did take 160 because it can be 50 days, and I count 3 liters per day. And on top of this, I have the mandatory 9 liter in a 10 liter with the halyard. And on top of this, I did take 40 other liter for my personal washing or whatever. Because
Keeping beautiful.
Clean.
Yeah.
Clean. And de-salt.
Yeah.
And de-salt.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to be salty inside.
Yeah.
So I had 40 liters. On the arrival in Panama, not in Panama, in Marquesas, the 40 liters were off, and I still had 60 of my of my 160.
Yeah.
So this means I had used 100, but on 34 days, this is 3 liters per day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's okay. And so what about, I mean, you're living a long time on a little boat. Did you have to hit the first aid kit very often, you know what I mean? Or first aid kit, like your health. Did you break into the first aid kit very often?
From the MSOS,
Yeah.
I never opened the bag.
Yeah, okay.
And I opened the bag in Marquesas to see if some medicine are prohibited or not.
Oh, yeah?
But I didn't know. Even I read, I didn't know. So I said to the doctors and I have the MSOS kit. They said, what it is? I said, from the medicine. Oh, just mention MSOS kit and it will be okay.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
No, I did not use. Maybe something for the headache, too long at sun.
Yeah.
Or some cream for the skin. This is not sickness. This is just normal.
Yeah. So,
normal care.
So what did you perceive, you know, the reality of sailing, you know, this last leg all the way, all the stages?
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest challenge for you and the biggest challenge for the boat? Oh, we've got a plane going over. Anyway, just hang on a sec. We'll wait until that goes through. That's a big one. It's a turboprop. Feels like a military one.
Yeah. So
anyway, now, so what do you perceive as your personal biggest challenge for this last leg and the biggest challenge for the boat?
You mean what was the hardest for me?
Yeah, the biggest challenge or the hardest. Yeah.
Yeah. So the hardest for me was to be alone in front of the fleet, because when you have only 20 miles, you are near the fleet, so you can control something. When you are more, like 100 or 200, and happen 250, you are in another system.
Yeah.
So you are racing against yourself, maybe like GGR. You are racing against yourself, and you cannot compare to the others. Even we have one design class. Sometimes they were 1 knot faster than me, so I was tired, and I have grass, I have something in the keel, but then talking with my boat manager, and no, you are far, you don't have the same condition, don't worry, just sail like you know how to sail, and everything will be fine. Okay? But this is when you used to be a close or inland in bay racer. Sometimes it's difficult to have the approach of be calm, and you have long distance ahead of everyone, so it's okay. But this was one big challenge. The other big challenge was for the boat. The boat is fast for this length, but it's slow compared to the weather system. So it's completely different to approach the system. You cannot say I will get this one, but you can say I will try to avoid to have this one. You understand?
Yep.
That was the question. Coming from Papeete to Tonga, it was organized with a big weather, hard weather south, and good weather north. So, of course, going south was a bit shorter, maybe a bit faster, but you have the risk to have too much wind and too much waves. Because when the grid said 30 knots, this is an average, and it's easy 40, 45 or 25. No, 45 is too much for the class 580.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So I decide not to have the south weather. I decided to have the north weather, which was more calm. We still had the squalls, quite strong, 30, 35 plus, west wind all the night, twice. It was hard to go south at this moment, but was 3 down in the main, half of the jib, down of the waves, no wind, because they were 4 meters, and up of the wave, too much wind. So the boat all the night was on the side, back again, on the side, every maybe 17 seconds, every wave. So this was a hard challenge, yeah.
Yeah. So the speed of the boat, 45, the boat will take 45 knots, but it's not fast and it's not fun unless you've got plenty of sea room and going downwind at a bare poles or something. So I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the biggest challenge with the boat, it's just speed and weather, you know,
Yes.
being able to go there.
Yes.
What about the biggest challenge living on board? You know, like the one thing that stand out for you is, you know, wish the boat was bigger or different.
The knee,
The knees?
because you are always, you don't use your foot, you use your knee, and the difficulty to stretch yourself and to use all your muscle correctly. You are always in strange position, so you develop some muscle, but you lose your the one you use when you're on Earth. You know,
Flexibility and
yeah. So the legs are, diameter of the legs are going, everything is going shorter, but the side here are going bigger because of the movement. Yeah. So the knee, and the muscle is it's a big problem. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, and to me, you know, as you know, putting this whole thing together, the biggest change that I had no comprehension of when we came up with the idea of the MGR is Starlink. Starlink is just crazy. It's insane in terms of what it's able to do and how relaxed people watching movies and TV series and ringing family and friends and all this sort of stuff all the time. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing for the experience in terms of what you wanted to achieve from the MGR? Because it didn't exist when we announced it, you know.
As far as I remember, when you put the first notice of race, was during COVID at the Amsterdam boat show. Was to be, but does not happen.
Yeah.
We had no comms. We have no electronic or IES only, and everything had to be done by the Celestial, as far as I remember. And I was really happy of this. Okay. Now, at the beginning, I had the Iridium Go exec, because the Iridium Go is just useless. But I had the exec, which allows you to download the grid and to make some text chat on WhatsApp, and it was okay for me. It was okay. But in Panama, everyone takes Starlink, and I said, I was ahead at the Transat, I was ahead on the first leg, and said, Capucinet is fast, Capucinet is ready. If I want to improve and to be better, so I had to take Starlink. So I take Starlink. So I think what is good is that everyone has the same. Then after, it is what it is.
Yeah. So if I said to you, in terms of the event, would you rather have it or not have it? If we said everyone, you can't have Starlink anymore, do you think that would be a problem?
For me, it won't be a problem, but for some, it will be a problem.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because we are not, all of us, only racing. Me, I am racing more part of the moment, and I am traveling and have an adventure on the second part at the moment. Okay, so this is an adventure, but it is also mentioned mini globe race.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I've seen is some others are more mini globe adventure. And okay, it's a race, I have done it, but it's not. They are not races. So maybe for them, without Starlink, it can be more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting subject. First time we've done it, and it's. I think we'll always obviously probably lead a bit, because it's probably more fun with Starlink in the little boat for all this way around the world, because we're a long way from Portugal, but we're not halfway yet for the race, from Antigua to Antigua, so still a long way to go. But anyway, yeah, it's always interesting.
For the followers, Starlink is very good.
It's fantastic, yeah.
Because you can post things,
yeah,
and everyone have it at the same moment. So this is very good. But
yeah,
for me, it's not part of the race. You understand what I mean?
Absolutely. But for us, it's an experiment too, because Jane and I are the only ones literally doing everything, running the race and so on. And so it's been interesting for us, because everyone can get their own story out whenever they want, which is actually good in many ways.
Yeah.
It saves us from having to do a lot. We do our bit in other areas, but anyway.
Yeah, I think maybe the answer for me is not having Starlink or not Starlink, or Helium Go Exec or not a Helium Go Exec, but having the possibility to be in contact with my boat manager and having a very good boat manager. This is what is the most important.
Yeah.
Because the boat manager help you in your mind, help you if you have any problems, any question, any doubt. The boat manager is here.
Yeah.
And this is really important, to have someone who understands how your head is working.
Yeah. So in terms of the challenge, we're talking about it sitting here in the blue sky and Vuda Marina in Fiji and all the good stuff. Where's the bad stuff? How many times did you take a deep breath and think, holy dooly, will I get through this or something,
So,
or self-doubt as well, because I think everyone has self-doubt at times.
You know them. You know that I am Swiss, and as lots of them, and then I'm saying the same, sometimes I'm a bit too much Swiss, if you understand what I mean. So when something is written, I like to follow what it's written, and I am not able to try to go west or east of what it's written. So sometimes I have, it's hard for me, okay? This is the only moment.
Really? So on the water, you're pretty comfortable? Your faith in the boat?
When I left, I am 100% comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until I receive a message from MGR. Because that's I never know what will be written on.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. Okay, so you try and describe the relationship between you and your boat. Like you and your 580. How do you feel? Is it? Yeah.
I talk to my boat. Lots of parts have a name, and I am very close to my boat, and I think my boat is close to me as well. And we are lots of respect together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the rest of the leg? Down to Cape Town and back up to Antigua again.
So before Cape Town, we have the Torres Strait. I don't know if everyone knows what it is, but this is I think the part of the world where you have the more reef by square meter. So, and also you can have heavy trade wind. So first of all, it will be the Barrier Reef. First challenge. Second challenge will be Arafura Sea. Can be no wind, and can be lots of fishermen without light on IAS. So this is also a problem. Then we have the Indian Ocean. Everybody knows that the Indian Ocean can be very hard with everyone, because it's a smaller one, so the waves are a bit different than the Atlantic and the Pacific. And then, this is the big question. It's not question 2, it's maybe question 10. How will the 580 able to sail from Durban to Cape Town with the needles current and with the waves coming from west and south? This is a big question, and I don't have the answer. We will talk about again, hopefully in Cape Town.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Agulhas Current, yep.
Yeah.
And you're right, the Arafura Sea, I went through there on bounty boat and we got laid flat. One was masked underwater, I think 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Short, steep seas, currents and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
We've done about, I think, 8,000 miles from Panama,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and we have about 10,000 to Cape Town.
9,000 something,
Yeah.
9.5 or something.
So it's a bigger leg.
Yeah.
It's a longer leg and
Yeah.
a hardest leg because we have at least, south of Madagascar is also a big part.
Yeah.
Because you have the junction of the current.
Yep. True.
So that we have four places which will
Serious
be
challenges, eh?
Yeah.
How would you compare you know about the Vendée Globe, you know about the Golden Globe, you know, how would you compare, how would you describe the comparison between the MGR and those two events, you know?
So for me, the Vendée Globe, if you are not a top class athlete, sportsman or sportwoman, because there's very nice, very fantastic sportwomen doing Vendée Globe, and also an engineer, you are not able to go to Vendée Globe. Golden Globe, I think you must be really hard in your head because you have no communication with anyone. And I remember that Kirsten was just saying text message, and never more. She's unbelievable how she's well conditioned of her mind. You understand what I mean? So I think the mini globals is something completely different. But it's something just amazing because we are on small boat, we have a small budget, we can do everything yourself. You just need maybe some advice for a few things you don't know how to do, but nearly all you can do yourself. And it's pleasant.
Still the same fun factor.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of fun to be on those small boats.
Yeah.
Sometimes I sail on my small boat. It happened in Marquesas. Going to Marquesas, I was sailing. Oh my gosh, my small boat is good. 34 days to Marquesas, fantastic, and so on. So I arrive, put the boat at the mooring. Then I walk, and the road is a bit higher. And I was looking to my boat, and I said, "Oh, Renaud, you are doing this on this size of boat? Are you mad?"
Yes, everyone's slightly mad. I shouldn't be laughing, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean, especially when you're in amongst all the other normal boats, you know.
But when you're on the water,
It's a beautiful thing.
It look okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so what just describe some of your happy moments, some of the real things that are in your mind and say, wow, you know, that was amazing, or, you know.
The first one who is coming to my souvenir is on the last passage from Tonga to Fiji. At the same moment, I had the sun going down and the moon's going up. The sun was orange and the moon was pink, and the junction on the sky was just amazing. No cloud. It was, you know, and not only the color of the atmosphere. It was just amazing. This is, yes.
A strong one.
Yeah,
strong memory.
A strong one. A strong one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what would you suggest to people that know they've got the ability to build their boat, or not the ability, but they've got the capacity to organise a boat, and they think they'd like to do the MGR? You know, what would you say to them, and what advice would you give them? You know.
So, for me, not building the boat was the first good decision, because the time I have not spent to build the boat, I did spend to test the boat and to understand how the boat is working, and this was really fantastic.
So just explain that. So you had Pitor build the hull and the deck and the keel and the rudder and things like that, and then you did the minor fit out at the end?
Yeah, if we can say minor.
Yeah.
it's still a hard job. So I receive an empty hull, painted. I receive a keel, we put the keel together, a rudder, the stainless steel part, So I had to manage all the equipment on the deck, the electricity.
It's the same as me, same as Trekker.
Upholstery and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This did take a long time, but then I had the winter to do it, and then on the bit of the summer, then I have been able to sail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I can say something to the people who want to do the mini globe race or the transat, for me is about start as early as possible, sail as much as possible. Don't sail when the water is calm. Sail when the water is hard and the weather hard, so you will know exactly how your boat will do and answer when you push a bit. It's a small boat. It is a flat keel. It is a short rudder for lots of reasons. So it's a bit special sometimes to sail with this boat.
Yeah.
So as much trials you can have, better you will be.
Yeah.
But maybe people are just for the adventure, so then it's a different way of seeing the things.
Yeah, true. So what now? How are you going to hang out, relax? What are you going to do? Unwind?
Yeah, relax. Nearly finished to prepare the boat for next leg. Still have 4 weeks to go, about, I don't know. Yeah, about 4 weeks. So we'll take time. Visiting Fiji, and last week I will be here on the 19th.
Yeah.
To follow all the notice of race and meet people and start to be in my race.
Perfect. I forgot to mention that I was just doing some statistics. Your average speed from Antigua to here is about 122.04 miles a day or something.
I am happy it's not 22.
No, but like 122 miles a day is pretty radical for the little boat. That's all the way, you know, like last
from Antigua.
Yeah, from Antigua to here, and the average speed I think is 5.3 knots or something.
Yeah, 5.2 if it's 122.
It's pretty impressive.
Yes,
you know,
it's good.
and you're still winning. So
yeah.
Okay.
The boat is going at his average speed. Up when you're at 15 knots of wind, you're at your average speed.
Yeah.
After 15 knots, you must reduce, because maybe you're a bit faster, but you go everywhere, so you have a low average speed. Yeah.
Too true. Okay, great to chat, and we'll probably do it again, a short one just before the start. Okay. So congratulations, well done, all that sort of stuff.
Thank you.
It's quite cool to have a chase boat, and hopefully there'll be people breathing down your neck, because it's all going to start again as a group start, which is a good thing.
This is a good thing.
Yeah. It's the pit stops work. Because we can't afford the time and the confusion to have a mass start in every port, but you know, from our perspective, I think it works. Whenever you see a boat on the water, you know that's their relative position. You know, so
okay.
All good. All right, great. Good luck, Renaud. Thanks for that. We'll see you again shortly.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Don.